PPP, people with a purpose, backed by a plan, powered by the Grindhouse. Welcome to episode 2 of the podcast. I am your host, Anthony Lofton. Coming back again. I told you guys, dropping content weekly, weekly. That will get more frequent as, time goes on, but definitely going to drop a video for you guys once a week, give you guys that just the consistent content from the Grindhouse Investment Group. The PPP podcast is coming again. That first episode was pretty general. Just the general intro. I didn't really go into a depth introduction of myself. So I'm going to pretty much interview myself and just tell you guys a little bit more about myself, going to my early childhood, teenage years, college, entrepreneurship, try to give out some gems and talk about my plans going forward. So I'm going to follow the exact blueprint of the podcast. So people, I'm the person that's going to be getting interviewed today. And I'm going to talk about my purpose, and then I'm going to talk about my plan. So just get right into it. People, my name is Anthony Lofton. I was born in Rockford, Illinois, born and raised for the most part. When I was like a baby, I had a mother that was in the military. So my mom, my brother, and my father, we all went to Seoul, South Korea. When I was maybe like a few months old, 6 months old. I don't remember exactly how old I was, but we stayed over there until I was 4 years old. Like I said, my mom was in the military. So, me, my brother, dad, and mom, we were all over there. Kind of just remember growing up, my mom would always be, she would always be gone at work. My dad, I don't know where he was working at, but he was definitely always gone at work too. So we had like what's it called, an ajima. She would it's like a word. It's like a maid or a babysitter or a sitter, but that's, I guess, the translation is ajima in Korea. So we had an ajima, an old Korean lady. Used to take me and my brother back and forth to school. She would sit with us at the house while my parents were at work and cook us food, clean the house, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure back then, that was like real cheap. Now that I think about it, for my parents to hire an ajima for us. But yeah, that's how it was. It was just me and my brother over there. So me and my brother pretty close because, us living abroad like that, that's pretty much all we had, was each other. You know what I'm saying? There were other families, like military families around that we used to kind of hang out with, but for the most part, it was just really me and my brother. So we were very close, and we're still close to this day. Then came back to Rockford, Illinois, U.S. of A. Like I said, when I was about 4 years old. Grew up on the west side of Rockford. Pretty much like half of my life, for the most part. And Rockford, it's like any typical inner city. You had all of your elements that you can think of. They had gangs. You had poverty. You just had crime. You had some of everything. Rockford, pretty small city. I think the population is like 150,000. So it's not a real big city. So it's kind of like one of those places like everybody knows everybody. So like something happened, like everybody pretty much gonna know like what happened. But yeah. So came back to the States. Moved in with Granny. Granny was kind of like typical black household. Granny is the pillar. So my mom's mom, she was kind of like the pillar of the family. So I remember it was pretty much like a like a village, as you say. You know, I had my mom's older sister. She was always around. We lived with my grandmother. And then also my grandmother's brother lived there at her house, which was my uncle, Johnny. Um, Real funny guy. Uh, then my mom's little brother, Michael, he was staying there, and he always had like different like women and stuff. Like I remember, man, he had a lot of. Seemed like every month or every other month he had like he had a different girlfriend or whatnot. But him, then he had a daughter, so she was there. We were real close too. My cousin Sharnice, which is my uncle's firstborn. She was there. Who else was there? I had another uncle. He was in the military also, so he would be back and forth there because he was also living abroad like my mom was. He was active duty. So when he was like, I guess like a leave or something, he would come back to my grandma's house. And he had two children that he raised. So I was, that's something that kind of impacted me as a young child, young boy, seeing a young man like having custody of two children. That was like kind of normal to me because I always seen that, you know what I'm saying, through my whole life. But I know like society and most people, like normally you see like a woman raised being a single mom, but I seen my uncle do it. So when I was in that situation later on in my life, it was kind of like a no-brainer to me. I'm like, well, I seen my uncle do it, so you know, I gotta step up and take care of my business. But yeah, so it was a packed house over there. It was a lot of people over there. A lot of family-oriented type stuff. Like I said, grandma was the pillar of the family. She was a registered nurse, so she worked a lot of hours. I think she worked like a second shift, yeah. Because I remember my grandma would be like getting off work, and she'd like, you know, get off work and come get me, and we'd go get something to eat. When she get off work, like go to like a local, I think it was called like Grandma's. We would go there and get like some food and stuff. When she would get off work, she would just like talk about her day or whatnot, or ask me about my day. But yeah, grandma was cool, man. Everybody loved grandma. She was like, you know, just like I said, like a typical, like one of those typical loving, nurturing grandmothers that's like, you know, a pillar of the family. Everybody can come to her for stuff, you know, had her stuff in order. So she, anytime somebody wanted something, you always want grandma to I remember a lot of my cousins like asking my grandma to co-sign for them for vehicles, and she had some rental properties, so they always wanted to be the renters, and they didn't really have any money and all this type of, just always trying to get something out of Granny because they know Granny got a big heart. So it was always like that. So I always seen grandma like she was always like I say, the go-to person, the pillar of the family, and just like the one that everybody just turned to, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so growing up, yeah, I seen my grandmother just be like real hands-on with everything. She was like the person that everybody like revered and looked up to, you know, took care of everybody. Everybody loved her. Just an awesome, wonderful woman. I was not taught entrepreneurship as a child, but I will say that as I started to get a little older, that my grandmother was planting seeds of entrepreneurship in me early. Now that I look back on it, I remember her. I must have been like maybe like 18, 19 years old, and she was like dibbling dabbling in like in the stock market. She had like a financial advisor, or like a you know, like a financial advisor, somebody that she would pay to make trades for and whatnot. But I guess like she really wasn't educated on it, and she was kind of putting her trust into that person. And I think it was kind of just like I just remember her complaining about, you know, her not really knowing what was going on, and she was paying this guy or this financial advisor to do like her trades or to move her money around. But she really wasn't satisfied going that route, and she was just encouraging me that was something that I should probably like, get into, like trades and stocks. I remember her saying that. And ironically, I'm much older now. She's passed away, rest in peace. But that is something that I'm very interested in, and I'm actually going through the process of just like learning everything about the stock market. Like I'm in a stock class right now that I came across watching a podcast. But yeah, so she, like I said, it wasn't really hands on. I didn't have any hands on, uh, like someone sitting me down and like giving me the game about entrepreneurship. But I can say that she did try to like kind of steer me in that direction and impart that wisdom upon me early. So yeah, and to be honest, me and my brother, because we had moved out of my grandmother's house, and we were living on the west side still of Rockford on West State Street. And me and my brother had a lawn care business that started. And actually, I go into detail about that. The Grindhouse Investment Group. We wrote a book together, and we talk about our early experiences with entrepreneurship. And I go into that story of how me and my brother had a lawn care business. So yeah, check that when that book drops. Be sure to pick that copy up and check my story out along with the other members of the Grindhouse. But yeah, we had but briefly though, we had a lawn care business that we ran, and it was like we didn't know what we were really doing. We were just cutting grass, but we were practicing entrepreneurship at a young age, and it just started from we just wanted money, tired of asking our parents for money and they telling us, hey, you gotta wait, or telling us no. So we like, we gonna get our own money, and it was pretty cool for us to be that young and to do that and to have that drive, and so yeah, so I mean that was like my only true experience with entrepreneurship as a child, but nonetheless it was my experience, and that's something that we did. Going into the teenage years, I always worked a job as a teenager. I was so adamant about working a job that I had a paper route before I would go to school. I would deliver newspapers, then I would go to school. Then after school, I would work at Burger King and work. So I had two jobs, and I was going to school because my parents would not let me participate in extracurricular activities due to the religion that we were a part of. They just like forbid that. So to counter that, I was just like, well, I'm gonna work my ass off since you guys don't let me play sports. But my senior year of high school, I was like, you know what, man, the hell what y'all are talking about. I started, I would say rebel, but it's kind of like not rebelling. I just was like, I'm about to play some sports, man. Like, you're not about to rob me, of the experience of having fun. So I just, I didn't care what my parents said. I played football my last year of high school. I ran track. Um, yeah, yep, track and football, yep. But I didn't have any organized experience of playing these sports. So to be honest, I was trash. You know what I'm saying? I was trash. Like I knew how to. Like I played like football like with my friends, like at the park. But when you playing organized football and got to know the plays and know the game of football, I was out there lost. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was working out a lot. I was getting my body in shape and all of that, but I didn't know what the hell was going on. So like I said, I was trash. I'm gonna be 100. Just like the guy that kept the bench warm. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time we had a game and it was like raining, muddy. Like I'm talking about just the environment was just real dirty. My jersey was like it came out of the cleaners, fresh, clean. Like I didn't get any tick, but hey, it was still fun. As far as to experience that, I had memories. I still have memories. Playing football, and I would have been nice if I could have, did it at an earlier age when me and my brother were trying to get into like the organized sports. But hey, it is what it is. College life. When I graduated from high school, I went to a local community college, Rock Valley College. I didn't do the conventional thing where you just like go straight through school. Like I was, I was. That's why I kind of think that's not a good idea for you to when you graduate high school and you stay in the same city and try to go to school. Because I have a lot of extended family in Rockford, a lot of friends, a lot of distractions. I was smoking weed, I was selling drugs. So I was kind of like stopping and starting with school a lot. Like I'd go to semester, then I'd stop, and I'd pick it back up. I wasn't taking it seriously, but I eventually did get an associate's degree in business administration, and from that school. And to be honest, I really do think that was like a really really dope program that they put us through at Rock Valley because a lot of the stuff that I learned from there, I uh, I I can see that it gets applied, right now. It was like a lot of gems that they gave us there. So I think that was for it to be a community college. I think that was like a dope program. It's stuff that I can use to this day from Rock Valley. Um, did I use my degree in my current profession? I say yes and no. My current profession, I work for one of the big three auto manufacturers. Um, that's what I've been working there for 5 years now. Um, didn't start off doing that. Before I started working there, I was practicing entrepreneur. I was just like a full entrepreneur. I was a personal trainer. I had personal training clients. I also had a tax business, and I ran those two businesses. That was the way that I took care of myself. That's the way I paid my rent, and it was a struggle. But the rewarding thing about that is it was my struggle. I was struggling and I was making it. I was keeping my head above water. But a lot of my family, my mom, she was like encouraging me. Oh, you don't want to, you don't want to be doing that. You want to get a job, and this job is hiring. They're gonna give you benefits. You got a daughter. You need to, you need to make sure that you secure this, to that, and the third. So, make a long story short, I let other people, um, their insecurity, their fears get projected upon me because I was so fearless at one time with the entrepreneurship. My mindset was like, I'm never working for anybody. I'm never gonna have a job. I'm just gonna be a boss. But I let other people project their fears upon me, and the fear overcame my willingness to just be a boss. So I bowed down, and I gave up my dreams of entrepreneurship to work a job, to work for somebody. So now I'm trying to transition back into my purpose. I really believe that my purpose is to be an entrepreneur. My purpose was not to work for somebody. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a job. There's nothing wrong with working for someone. But as I'm working my job, I am working just as hard to get out of the rat race, to get out of that, because I think it's more important for me to be an entrepreneur, to have my own brand, my own business that I can pass down to my family and to leave my legacy on this earth. Me working at a job for 20, 30 years, there's nothing that I can pass down. There's no mark on the earth that I can leave. If I was to, God forbid, to get into a car accident on my way to work and die, my job is just gonna replace me immediately, and they're gonna keep things going like business as usual. So, I mean, I know that I'm just a number at that job, and I get it. It's business. I'm not upset about it, but I just don't want to be a part of that. That's not where I want my legacy to be. That I just worked for a company, and that was it. So I'm grinding. Uh, I'm grinding right now. Like I said, I have my job that I've been working for 5 years. But outside of that, I'm an active trader. I get more and more intense with the trading. Right now, I am just currently swing trading. I'm swing trading currently, but eventually, very soon, I'm gonna start doing options, and like advanced options. I'm gonna start doing those type of plays, so that I can just being a more experienced trader, because that is a sure way to accumulate resources to accumulate money. You do your technical analysis, you do your risk management. You learn how to read those charts, learn how to follow the bank trends, follow the money, and you make calculated trades. I used to be a big gambler. I used to shoot dice into the wee hours in the morning, go to the casinos and gamble to the wee hours in the morning. And those aren't calculated risk. But now what I like about the stock market is I could still gamble, still fulfill my need to gamble. But now the gambling is more calculated. The risks are more measurable. So it's just a lot more fun. I'm learning more and more every day. So I'm excited about that. That's like one of my main focuses. The Grindhouse Investment Group. That's another baby. That's another seed that's being planted. We came together. We've invested money. We're constantly investing money every month, and we wrote a book. We have a platform that we're going to probably be dropping this month to for all entrepreneurs to come along and to practice group economics and grow your business organically. We just got a lot of things that we're trying to bring to the community to add value to the community. We're real big on adding value. We want to add value to ourselves, we want to add values to others, and just enrich our lives and the people around us. I also have another YouTube channel that I started recently, and it's really like a really big movement. It's more of a mindset. It's anti-slob, and it's really, the first thing that we do, we get up and we make our bed every morning. Living a disciplined life, or an organized life, because a slob is somebody who's very unorganized and just a disgusting a disgusting person. So we care about our physical appearance. We make sure that we keep our hair cut. Even if you can't afford to get a haircut, every day, you're going to get some trimmers and you're going to put the effort in to try to make yourself look the best version of yourself. We go to the gym and we work out regularly. We learn high income skills so that we can have money and resources. And we network with like-minded individuals so that we can, your network equals your net worth. So it's just really like a mindset. It's a seed right now that I'm planting, and any and everything that I do, it's just about being consistent. Because as I think and I look back, when I was personal training and I was doing the tax business, that was back in like 2013. If I would have been consistent and I would have stayed down with those two ideas, who knows where I would have been right now. So I'm not gonna make that mistake ever again. God forbid. Everybody that's in the grind house, they could be like, you know what, man, I'm good on this. I want to just do something else. It's not gonna stop my drive. It's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna continue to go forward. I'm gonna continue to push forward because it's something that I believe in. I believe in myself, and I'm gonna do this until there's no more breath left in me. I'm gonna continue to consciously and intentionally add value to myself so that I can add value to others. So that is like my lifelong purpose, my lifelong journey. And I'm just got a lot of things that I'm working on right now, actively. You guys are going to be able to see it. You're going to be able to witness it. You're going to see me level up. Like I say, things are brewing right now for me. I'm very excited, very happy. Because I feel like, before I kind of didn't have like a clear direction of like where I wanted my life to go or where I was going to be. And it's just like now, it's just like very clear. I know where I want to go. I know where I want to be. And, I feel like I know what I have to do to get there, what it takes. And one big part of it is this, you got to have a pen and paper and you got to write that stuff down. So, I work like a second shift, like at work. So when I'm at work, I think about okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to wake up at this time and set my alarm. I'm going to, of course, make my bed, do my personal hygiene. I'm going to go to the gym. Okay, when I leave the gym, I'm going to come home, get something to eat, shower up, and then I'm going maybe I'm going to read about 20 pages. Okay, when I get done reading, I'm gonna maybe drop some content on my other channel. Okay. After that, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna dedicate 2 hours just learning more about the market, so that I can be that experienced and an advanced trader. So it's very important to know exactly what you want to do. You know what I'm saying, and what you want to be, and you kind of like want to reverse engineer it, or however it works for you. So but you never want to go into the day like, okay, now what am I gonna do now? You should have already, at the very bare minimum, the night before, you should have your day already planned out as to what you're gonna do and what you want to do. So that's one of my rituals that I do, is that I work tonight. Like when I go, I'm gonna think about, okay, what time am I gonna get up? All right, do I need to go to the store, anything like that? So I try to have my day planned out so that I can be accomplishing things every single day. I got long-term goals, and then I got my task, which I do daily, that's going to get me closer to my long-term goals. So you don't want to just be a person that says, oh, I want this, I want that, and then just sit back and say, I'm going to manifest that. Hell no. You have to be intentional. You got to get up off your butt, and you got to put that work in, because nobody owes you anything. You don't deserve anything. Nobody deserves anything. I don't care what society tells you that you're whatever. Nobody deserves anything. You earn what you get. You earn what you get. You don't deserve it. You don't. I don't care who you think you are, but you don't deserve anything. You earn everything. So, you have that mindset going forward. I'm sure you're going to be very successful. I'm sure that I'm going to be very successful, and I'm going to be very vulnerable and very open and transparent. And I'm going to document, like I said, I have another YouTube channel, Anti Slob. I'm gonna be vlogging and documenting a lot of my wins. Hopefully no losses, but if I do have any, there's not a loss to me. It's a lesson. It's a learning lesson. Hopefully, a smart person doesn't have to learn lessons through experience. A smart person would learn a lesson through somebody else's experience. So if I could teach somebody through a loss that I had, and that could be a lesson from them, that's a major win for me. You don't want experience to be your teacher when it comes to losses. Now that it may happen like that, but you want to learn from other people so that you can minimize your losses. And I heard somebody say, "Well, I'm a person that likes to go through experiences, and that's how I like to learn." That's one of the worst ways to learn if it's going to be something like bad, like you just went through a horrible experience just to learn something when you could have just opened your eyes and looked at observable reality, and you could have learned from somebody else. So I encourage you to get with like-minded individuals. I encourage you to get with people who are better than you, that are farther along on a journey than you are, so that they can kind of mentor you, coach you, and pay. I reached into my pocket and I paid. I paid quite a amount of money to learn about this stock market, because I know the importance of it. People are getting rich. People are getting wealthy. People are passing down generational wealth from the market. So I'm like, I need to be a part of that equation. I gotta be in that niche. I gotta learn. I gotta know what's going on. So we don't do this for bragging rights. We don't do this for clout. I'm doing it for the resources, and I want to add value to myself, and I want to add value to others. With that being said, I think that's a nice close of the podcast. People, Anthony Lofton, purpose. My purpose is to add value to myself and to add value, to others. And the plan is I'm going to use the PPP podcast to do that. Powered by the Grindhouse. I'm going to use the Grindhouse to do that. I'm going to use my other platform to do that. I'm going to use the market to do that. And just every idea, every thing that I got brewing, I'm gonna use that to push it forward. So you got the people, you got the purpose, and you got the plan. And there you go. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Episode 2. Just bear with me. I am in Michigan right now. I don't live in Rockford anymore. So all of the members of the Grindhouse are in Rockford. So I got some equipment that I'm going to be ordering. I got to get another monitor with a camera on there. microphone, so I'll be able to do the interviews of the other individuals of the Grindhouse Investment Group, and I will be able to interview like local entrepreneurs in the Rockford area or just wherever area, whoever, wants to get on our podcast. You just shoot us an email and we will be happy, to speak with you, give you a voice, get you on the platform, because it's all about you guys, about the community. So I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Grindhouse Investment Group, PPP Podcast, people with a purpose, a back pie plan. Thanks. Y'all have a great day.